Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the September 11th, 2025 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm Barb Lewis, President of the Board. To my right is fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill. To my left, our Administrator, Tracy Davies, our Deputy Administrator, Don Houston, and we also have our Deputy Administrator and General Counsel, Eric Hostetler, and our clerks, Brandy Wilson and Jennifer Walraven. And I would like to begin this session, though, before we get on to our regular business. It's a very somber day today. We mourn the loss of life of a young man who spoke so eloquently of his beliefs in the freedoms that we have here in America, that we hold so dear. And his assassination really is a direct attack on one of our most cherished freedoms, and that is our freedom of speech. And today is coupled also with the anniversary of September 11th, when so many lost their lives. And we mourn for them still, and their families, and all those first responders who responded that day. It seems so long ago in one way, but yet Charlie Kirk's death has brought violence again to the forefront. And so we pray for Charlie Kirk, his family, and for America. And that the good Lord will help us through these tough times. Commissioner Merrill.
Yesterday morning, I started the process of gathering some brief notes regarding 9/11. And so the first thing I'm doing is going to talk about 9/11 briefly, and then I'm going to also reference Charlie Kirk. The events of 9/11, 2001, 24 years ago, 2,977 people died in New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania. A majority of those killed, 2,753, were at the World Trade Center in New York City. Of those, 403 were law enforcement officers and first responders. An estimated 400,000 more people were injured that day and have, as many of you know, there have been long-term effects to many from the dust and the chemicals that were in the air. And we shouldn't forget the people in Pennsylvania that died in Shakespeare when the plane crashed due to their heroism and making sure that plane never made it to the Capitol. I believe that's where it was headed. And so we cannot forget those individuals who died that day. If you recall, many exiting through windows to avoid what was about to occur. It's a sad day. Now, that was yesterday morning when I was preparing that. And then yesterday afternoon, as Commissioner Lewis referenced, the assassination, and as the governor of Utah said, the political assassination of Charlie Kirk, and it was political. Charlie was, I never had the opportunity to meet him personally, but he was, Socratic method, basically answering with questions, was kind of his style. He never lost control. He always was respectful, but he delivered a message that has had major impact on a lot of young people, and people like me, older people as well. And he's going to be missed, and I hope others pick up the baton, as I made a comment on my Facebook site last night. We're in a dangerous place in this country. If we're going to resort to these kind of events to solve our problems, we have no future. And we all have got to come together and get through this. And I'm going to close with two brief comments here. One's a Bible verse. John 11:35, 2 words. Jesus wept. And we as a nation should do the same today. And those who have found joy in these events that you've seen some on networks last night, it's a sad day. And I close with this comment. Why is it that those who preach tolerance often are those who are most intolerant? And Charlie, thank you for all you've done and all you did. And hopefully others will carry on your message. God bless you.
Let's take just a minute for a brief recess.
Recess.